Pot to boil. We got one more minute. We're good. We're doing something right. Thank you, Lord. Yeah. Absolutely. I don't have to read that long session thing. All right, it's 6 p.m., so I'll call the meeting of the Mayor and Council for the City of Carrollton to order. Today is May the 3rd, and it's 6 p.m., so we may begin. If you'll all stand and have the Pledge of Allegiance with me, and then Councilman Waters is going to have our invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Councilman Waters.
Dear Lord, we just come to you tonight. Thank you for all our blessings we enjoy in this community. It's your blessings on us. Just lead and guide us as leaders up here, and just continue to bless our community. The peace and unity. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Well, Mr. Triplett has informed me that we have no public comments, no citizens' comments. So we will skip on down to the minutes of our March and April meeting. Is that 2021, Haley? Okay. All right. That's okay. And I want to say how much I appreciate everybody understanding last month in the light of the tragedy that we had, that we did cancel our meeting at kind of at the last moment. But we're happy to say that all the officers are doing great. Our officer has been transferred over to Shepherd's and is doing great, is in a great spirit, just a wonderful mindset, which is so important to recovery. So do I have a motion to adopt the minutes of our previous meetings?
So moved.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second? Have a second. Is there any further discussion or corrections or additions to the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion carries, minutes adopted. We're going to deviate just a little bit from the agenda, and we'll save our comments to the end. I know those young people out there might be a little antsy and want to get out. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda items for consideration with one addition, and that is an executive session for the purpose of discussing personnel at the end?
I so move.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Okay, at this time, we're going to recognize the Carrollton High School debate team. Mr. Bracknell has been the coach for a number of years, and they have won state this year. I know Dr. Albertus and Mr. Brooks both are just so excited. They've had so many state winners this year, and I wanted to make sure that it's not just athletics that we recognize, but we recognize the academic portion of our school just as well, because who knows, they may be sitting in my seat one day. I'm going to.
We thank you, Mayor.
Oh, you're very welcome. Okay, I'm going to read your names out, and then I'll come down, and Mr. Bracknell, I'll just give all these to you at the end and let you give them out to the young people. Carrollton High School Debate Team, 2021 Georgia Forensic Coaches Association Varsity State Champions. Whereas it gives the mayor and council a tremendous amount of pleasure and pride to express to all the members of the Carrollton High School's debate team, coaches, and parents our sincere congratulations for winning the 2021 Georgia Forensic Coaches Association Varsity State Championship on March 5th and 6th. And whereas the team has a history of bringing honor to Carrollton High School and the city of Carrollton, having won 11 state championships, the second highest number of state championships earned by any competitive team in the school's history, and 7 second-place titles. And whereas, even though the coronavirus pandemic required the competition to be held virtually for the first time, the team persevered through the adjustment and won the championship in an unfamiliar environment. And whereas now each of you are to be commended in achieving excellence in the field of debate, now therefore we are pleased to publicly recognize the following members of the Carrollton High School debate team under the guidance of Coach Richard Bracknell as the 2021 Georgia Forensic Coaches Association Varsity State Champions. And please excuse me and forgive me if I butcher your name. Sonny D. Martinio. Yeah, let me see who you are. Are you here? There you are. Okay. Javier Lopez Miranda. Okay. Mark Zimmerman. There you go. Alec Seek. Okay. Olivia Berry. Carson Reeves. Andy Herndon. Patrick Brzini. I knew the name. I was just trying to get it out. Liam Kelly, Edward Kenyon, Maddie Richards, Connor Haley, Carrie York, Lyle Penley, okay, Scott Malloy, and John Bohannon. And let's give this group of young people a round of applause.
Try to do 2 rows.
You recognize he's lost weight like everybody else.
Dan's the one that wrote the article on the Lakeshore.
Okay.
That he was supposed to call me and review with me before he.
The next item on our agenda is the recognition of James R. Ray Fulford. We have Mr. Fulford's family here tonight. Mr. Fulford passed away a month or so ago, and I just felt like that as much as the Fulford family has contributed to this city, and the progress that we have made over the years, that we need to recognize his accomplishments, his contributions, and those that have continued to walk in his footsteps, his daughters, his son-in-law, his wife. And so at this time, I'm going to read the proclamation and the certificate of recognition in the memory of James Ray Fulford. Whereas James Ray Fulford was born in Wrightsville, Georgia on October 25, 1942, and earned a degree in civil engineering at Southern Polytechnic Institute in Marietta, and whereas for 7 years after graduated in 1965, Mr. Fulford worked for Richards and Associates in Carrollton, learning lessons about business, community leadership, and service from his mentor, Roy Richards Sr., and whereas in 1972, Mr. Fulford founded Ray Lynn and Associates Incorporated, and later other businesses that built many iconic structures in this community, including the University of West Georgia's University Stadium, Carrollton High School, numerous Tanner Health Systems building, First United Methodist Church, City Station, Central High School Gymnasium, Sunset Hills Country Club, East Carrollton Gymnastics Center, as well as many shopping centers and banks and hotels. Whereas Mr. Fulford transformed the local arts community and downtown landscape by donating land to the city for the construction of the Carrollton Center for the Arts, the largest donation ever given to the city at that time, and made a lasting impact on the region's recreation, healthcare infrastructure with a significant financial contributions in support of the University of West Georgia's football stadium and the establishment of the neurology department at Tanner Health System. And whereas Mr. Fulford and his wife of 54 years, Linda, attended the First Baptist Church of Carrollton for more than 50 years, where he served as a deacon and an adult Sunday school teacher. Whereas Mr. Fulford passed away at home, surrounded by his family, on February 14, 2021. Now, therefore, the mayor and council, speaking on behalf of all of our citizens, hereby extend to the members of the Ray Fulford family this expression of sincere sympathy for the loss of their loved one, and offer hope that they will be consoled by the memories of his life as we honor him for his lifelong efforts to literally build a better today and a brighter tomorrow for the city of Carrollton. Signed this 12th day of April, 2021, Betty Cason, Mayor. Okay, I want to come down front. I'm going to ask Celia. I don't believe that. All right. Our next proclamation is one that's near and dear to my heart. We've come a long way in Carroll County and Carrollton with our mental health treatments, our mental health advocates program, and one of our newest things is our mobile crisis unit, which has hit the ground running, and it has been such a blessing to have this. And May is Mental Health Month, and you're going to see this city lit up green, so you'll know what it's for. So tonight we have Office of the Mayor, Carrollton, Georgia, proclamation, Mental Health Awareness Month, May 2021. Whereas mental health is essential to everyone's overall health and well-being, and whereas all Americans experience times of difficulty and stress in their lives, and whereas promotion and prevention is an effective way to reduce the burden of mental health conditions, and whereas there are strong body of research that supports specific tools that all Americans can use to better handle challenges and protect their health and well-being. Whereas mental health conditions are real and prevalent in our nation and in our local community. Whereas the early and effective treatment those individuals with mental health conditions can recover and lead full, productive lives. And whereas each business, school, government agency, healthcare provider, organization, and citizen has a responsibility to promote mental health, wellness, and support prevention efforts. Now, therefore, I, Betty Cason, Mayor of Carrollton, by virtue and authority vested in me by the laws of the City of Carrollton and Georgia, do hereby proclaim May 2021 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Carroll County. I have hereto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Carrollton to be affixed this third day of May in the year of our Lord, 2021. And, you know, we don't think about how many cases of mental health that is in our community, and I'll just give you one statistic that Joel just gave me. We had 5 attempted suicides in a week, and 2 of them were successful, and 1 of them was brought back with Narcan. And I know Jody Goodman, who is our executive director for our mental health advocacy program, has given us statistics about our mobile crisis unit, how many calls they've answered. And the great thing about the mobile crisis unit is that we have Chiquita Thomas, who's here with us. She is our paramedic and our law enforcement officer on the unit. And then we have a clinician. So this prevents the fire truck, the ambulance, and 5 or 6 law enforcement people from having to go out to answer a call. Chiquita and the clinician go out and answer the call. And it makes it so much easier. We were blessed with an unmarked car, and so if it pulls up, it's not that here comes the fire truck and the ambulance and, everybody in the neighborhood comes out and looks. So it's very discreet, but they can actually transport the person, get them into treatment. I think we've had one that from the time they got there to the time they left with the person was like 45, 50 minutes. So, that's unheard of. So I'm just very proud of what we've been able to accomplish. And we've had a lot of team players, Tanner Health Systems, Steve Adams, the Adams family, the county, and it's just been great. So Jody, if you and Chiquita want to come up front, I'll make this presentation.
I'll second that.
Okay. Site plan amendment for 1170 Cedar Street, Cedar Walk Townhouses. Mr. Itson?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you very much. Tonight on your agenda, we have a request from applicant Daniel Huffman on behalf of Cedar Walk LLC. They are requesting a site plan amendment. The said tract is further described as being located at 1170 Cedar Street and further identified as Cedar Walk Townhomes. The applicant is requesting to remove the age 55 and older zoning condition associated with an active adult community in order to market the condition or market the townhomes to all ages. The Planning Commission voted to recommend approval of the site plan amendment request by Mr. Huffman, and that was a 6-0 recommendation to you all. Mr. Huffman did include a letter in his application packet that he would amend the site plan to accommodate a dumpster during the second phase and also provide a temporary dumpster until a permanent dumpster structure is constructed. So that's what you have for your consideration this evening, Mayor.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a comment if you don't mind. When this was first contemplated and zoned, we were concerned about the quality of the development. Again, it was a previous developer that had actually had it zoned, and you would have to understand the situation at the time with a lot of the things being built in the area. Those townhomes are of such a high quality, they're very luxurious, and we really don't think there's any threat to the city to remove this requirement. So we support removing this requirement, and hopefully that will help those homes to be sold.
Do I have a motion to amend the site plan at 1170 Cedar Street, known as Cedar Walk Townhomes?
So moved.
Have a motion. Do I have a second? Have a second. Is there any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion carries. Our next one is a rezoning request for Plowshare Road. The request from R20 to R8, the applicant is Dino McDowell. We have Mr. Itson again.
Thank you, Mayor. The applicant, Mr. McDowell, on behalf of D.H. McDowell Family LLP, is requesting a rezoning of 4.8 acres located off Plowshare Road, further identified as tax parcel C0204308185, from R20 single-family residential or a 20,000 square foot lot to R8 single-family residential or 8,000 square foot lot. The applicant is proposing to develop a 13-lot residential subdivision. Additionally, the applicant is requesting a waiver of Section 4.01.01H to reduce minimum lot width from 60 feet to 50 feet, and a waiver of Section 6.12.00 to not require the installation of sidewalks along Plowshare Road. The subject tract is 4.8 acres of vacant land with a heavy tree canopy. The lot layout submitted with the request indicates that approximately 1.55 acres will be conserved as green space. The tract serves as a buffer between industrial uses east of the tract and residential uses west of the tract. The applicant intends to develop a 13-lot residential subdivision by building a small cul-de-sac street off of Plowshare Road. The Planning Commission voted to recommend denial of the rezoning and waiver requests. Let's see. That is all I have for you this evening.
Okay. I think Mr. McDowell was present. Do you want to address the mayor and council before we vote on this issue? Okay.
Thank you, guys. Good to see y'all. The reason we're requesting more lots, for one reason, is access onto Plowshare makes it more simpler to get on for, instead of having like 8 driveways or whatever we get approved for in that curve area. And then as well as it keeps my lot sizes smaller to be a more of affordable housing. There will be a sidewalk around the inside of the subdivision, but there's no sidewalks to tie to outside. This is why we asked for that. The lots needed to be smaller as far as so I can have, so I could get the 13 lots in there to make the money work to have lots prices cheaper to keep the houses down. So I can do affordable housing, instead of cutting out on the curb, so.
What's your price point?
I'm going to try to be in the mid-twos, what I want to do. Because it's hard to find anything mid-twos and under right now. And I don't know of any product. There may be some, but I haven't seen them.
And if I could clarify, again, he could do 8 lots just like it sits, but he'd have 8 driveways.
Yes, sir.
And this will allow him to do 13. At a staff level, we don't have strong feelings one way or the other. I think sidewalk along Plowshare is a waste of his money, and therefore the homeowner's going to have to pay more because he'll have to make that up somewhere. So we also don't care whether you approve it or not. We don't have strong feelings one way or another, but the sidewalk would just be a waste of his money and therefore a waste of the homeowner's money. So we don't see any point in sidewalk along Plowshare.
Personally, I'd rather see a development there than 8 individual driveways coming out on the Plowshare Road. I think it's a safer environment than it would be if there were all 8 different driveways with people planting, their own landscape and stuff up close to the road, that you could end up with a situation where people were having to back out into the road. And I feel like this is a much safer and a better looking product than what you would get if you had 8 individual houses out there on this property. So that's my take on it.
I want to address the noise too, just to hopefully just get this in the minutes. We've had a lot of complaints at the cottages about noise from that area. So we spoke with the attorney about whether we needed to try to get some sort of warning in the chain of title, and that was not his advice, that we don't need to be in that position. But I do want to state that publicly, that has been an issue for people who live behind this development. So,
Yes, sir.
I would hope anyone who drove Plowshare and turned into this would realize there are factories in the
Yes, sir.
vicinity.
I've heard the comments that we had at the planning commission, but I've already purchased the property, so I own it. So I'm just trying to get the best use out of it. I understand that may be a challenge, but I'm willing to face that.
Can you tell us what the tree canopy would look like after you put in the houses?
The what?
The tree canopy?
Tree canopy. We won't take out as many less amount of trees as we can, and we will do some planting of trees down the street, maybe some white oaks or some Bradford pears to make it look real nice coming inside of the subdivision. Keep some colors in there, and to keep some of the silencing down from it. All of this land that's around the existing customers will not be disturbed in the backs of the lots. Everything will be, in wherever the setback will work out from the width of my houses. We will not try to take out any more trees than I have to because of this situation. I'm going to foam insulate these houses and make sure that I do above and beyond. Granite countertops, I'm gonna do these houses nice. We're going to hardy side and we're going to paint them, sod the yards.
Can we get those as conditions of zoning?
Sure.
Are they already in there as a condition? If not, let's write them in, please. So you said you'd sod the yards, you'd do granite countertops,
Yes, sir.
and you would foam insulate the
Foam
walls.
insulation. Yes, sir.
And was there something else he said that I missed?
We'll plant some Bradford pears down through the landscaping coming in the entrance, so it'll be pretty.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
There was a question about the sewer tie-in, Tim.
It's across the road. He'll have to do, they'll have to make it work. He'll have to do, I guess it'll be one line out of the cul-de-sac and stub into the sewer line. So that'll just be something he'll have to work out as part of his design. But the sewer's very close by.
Yeah, but it says the tie-in is on the Carrollton Payroll Development Authority property.
Oh, if it is, we have an easement for the line, so, and it's a public road out there, so
Okay,
I can't imagine that being a problem.
okay. All right, what's the pleasure of the council? Do I have a motion?
I so move the motion.
Go ahead.
To grant the request?
Yes.
Okay. I have a motion to grant the request. Do I have a second?
Second?
I have a second. Is there any questions or further?
You need to ask for his opposition.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there any opposition to this? I'm sorry. Well, no, I guess I was thinking about the planning. We have no one here to oppose this, so we have a motion and a second. Did you have?
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
I had several people ask me, and I didn't know the answer, even though I've known Dino for years. Several people asked me tonight, is Dino his real name?
No, Dennis McDowell, 6 foot, 233 pounds, bald headed, and green. So that's me.
See, I told
Dennis the second. They call my dad's Dennis, and my oldest son's Dennis, so Dino stuck with me. Can't tell you why, but anyway.
I'm sure there's a good story behind it.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any other further discussion?
And I assume these include the conditions that were added.
That's fine.
Okay. So we have those stipulated, and you understand those conditions?
Yes,
and
ma'am.
You
I
agree?
offered them. Yes, ma'am.
And you agree with them?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Is there any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion carries.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, our next one, Mr. Itzen, is the rezoning request for 1010 Brumbelow Road. The request from M1, Manufacturing 1 to Commercial 2 applicant. I'm not even going to go there.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The applicant, Mr. Patel, on behalf of Rakshwar Carrollton LLC, is requesting rezoning of 0.46 acres located at 1010 Brumbelow Road and further identified as tax parcel C0803700025 from M1 Light Industrial to C2 General Commercial. The applicant is requesting the rezoning to establish a convenience store in an existing structure on the property. Additionally, the applicant is requesting a waiver of front setbacks, side setbacks, rear setbacks, and street frontage in order to subdivide the tract into 2 parcels while retaining the existing structures. The subject property is located on Brumbelow Road, land lot 131, 10th District of Carroll County. The subject tract is 0.46 acres and is currently developed with a car repair shop behind a vacant restaurant building. The proposed convenience store will be located in the restaurant building. There's parking located on the north side of the restaurant and several spaces located in front of the restaurant in the Brumbelow Road right-of-way. The Planning Commission voted to recommend approval with conditions of the rezoning waiver request by Mr. Patel, also doing business as Clark's Food Mart, on behalf of the property owner, Kathy Ho, for 0.46 acres located at 1010 Brumbelow Road. Tract 1, the applicant intends to subdivide the property while retaining the existing structures and bringing the site into conformity with zoning and setbacks. The approved waivers include on Tract 1, which would be the front tract, where that's would be the new convenience store, reduce setback from 50 feet to 21.7 feet and reduce the rear setback from 20 feet to 17.5 feet. Tract 2, which is the shop tract, would reduce the side setback from 20 feet to 14.4, reduce the side setback from 20 feet to 10 feet, reduce the rear setback from 20 feet to 11 feet, and reduce street frontage requirement from 40 feet to 20 feet. Also, one other condition was approved upon as well, and that was that the parking spaces in front of the former restaurant shall be reconfigured or removed from the Brumbelow Road right-of-way. The Planning Commission did vote 5-0 in favor to recommend approval with conditions.
And Patrick, I just want to make sure I understand right. The reduction in the setbacks is not to add more building, it is to use the existing building. In other words,
That is
it already
correct.
fails to meet those setbacks.
That's
This
right.
is so we can use existing. This is the old Kathy Ho restaurant, is that correct?
That is correct, Tim. Thank you, Mr. Manager. Also creates a driveway so people can access that rear shop building. Yep.
Okay, is there any questions? Is there anyone here to speak in favor of? Yes, sir, come on up. How are you, Mr. Patel?
How are you, everybody?
I'm good.
I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
With this building's close proximity to the college, I've had people ask me about these poker games. I guess these electronic poker games. Are you planning to have those in your store?
Yes, sir. Because this comes from the Georgia lottery, so it comes with the lottery, like we do have it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to lie to, like later on I can bring it in, and if I say no, yes, we do have it. Because each convenience store with the lottery, we have it.
With those, have you got experience in in this type of store?
Yes, sir. We do have 5 stores. I have one in Carrollton as well, on the Lawan Road as well.
Can you tell us like what kind of percentage of your income comes out of those machines?
Okay, on that one, like Georgia lottery controls that, so the income share, we don't know, like whatever that comes out from the machine, the report goes to the Georgia lottery, and Georgia lottery give us the statement that what we have to pay them, and whatever the remaining stays with us. So the Georgia lottery, out of $100 profit, Georgia lottery keeps 55%, and store owner keeps 45% of it.
Now I'm not
But
talking
that's
about.
controlled by the state.
I'm not referring to the lottery machines. I'm talking to the.
Yeah, those poker machine is controlled by the Georgia lottery as well. It's connected to the Georgia lottery, and Georgia lottery give a license for it, and they is controlled by the state.
Now these are the ones where you pay out merchandise.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes,
And not cash.
not cash.
Okay. If you didn't have those, what would it do to your business?
For the business, yeah, I do have other like a grocery, a tobacco, and all the other merchandises I have it. And on the back, I have the kitchen, and we have the UPS across the street who has 450 employees working 24 hours.
Right.
Plus we have the scrapyard has about 200 to 300 trucks coming every day. So my planning is to add the check cashing up there and have my restaurant kitchen using to do my breakfast and lunch in the morning.
Good.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions?
I've got a question for you. How many parking spaces are you going to be able to get on the side?
I have a 1 handicap and a 7 regular parking. So I have total 8 parking on the side of the building.
Okay.
Well, my question is, are you going to make it attractive with lots of landscaping and?
Yes, you can see like we started cleaning out everything around, and I'll take another 3 to 4 days to get it done.
Yeah.
So by next Monday, you're welcome to check how we're gonna make it nice. Yeah. From the front, yeah, it look ghetto right now, but I'll make it very nice.
Okay.
We already cut down some trees today, and we're still working on it.
Yeah. Well, beautification is one of the things that.
Oh no, I'm doing outside painting and my roof painting as well. So yeah, it's gonna be make a little change on the road.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Patel.
Thank you. Thanks everybody.
Is there anyone here to speak against this? Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. What's the pleasure of the council? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve rezoning request for 110 Brumbelow Road.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay. That's 1010 Brumbelow Road. 10. With the conditions, yeah. All right. With the conditions as stated, we have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Hearing none, the motion carries, and the request for the zoning of 1010 Brumbelow Road has been approved. The next item on the agenda is food truck court at Cheers at 804 Maple Street.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, once again, and good evening. Before you tonight, you do have a food truck court application, and the applicant is Miss Debbie Neal, and the actual location for the food truck court would be 302 South Street. So that's the old 302 South Street restaurant, if you're aware. It's right next to the Cheers property that the owner submitted as the property owner authorization. So that application's in front of you. The reason why this is coming before you this evening, number one, normally we would provide these to you in a work session, but we were unable to do that. I believe this has been in our possession for a while. And also the main reason is that the property is currently zoned C3, which is neighborhood commercial. And according to our code, food truck court applications that are submitted in C3 zoning districts must be approved by the mayor and council. So.
And Patrick, it's one, she wants it for one food truck, right?
That is correct. There's 50 existing parking spaces, and the maximum number of food trucks being requested this time is 1. Thank you, Tim. Yes, this is subject to evaluation every year by the mayor and council.
They understand this is just for the truck can't be left there overnight.
That's correct. There are some restrictions, and they're aware that you have to operate between the hours of 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. There's no freestanding signage permitted. You can't use city trash receptacles without prior written authorization. You can't dump into grease or liquid waste, can't be disposed in the storm drains. There's some noise ordinance requirements if someone wants to use a generator at any point. They can't be parked in the same location more than 3 days in a 7-day period. That's what the ordinance restrictions are. And they may not utilize required parking for existing businesses on the same parcel.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, do I have a motion to authorize the food truck court at 302 South Street?
So moved.
Okay, have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
Got a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion carries. So food truck court at 302 South Street will be approved. So our next one is a food truck court at the Citgo gas station, 1101 Alabama Street. Patrick?
Thank you, Mayor. Again, this property comes before you tonight seeking the food truck court application for a property that is currently zoned C2, which is general commercial. Again, this meets the location required for council approval. There are 8 total existing parking spaces, and they're looking to do 1 food truck only at this location as well. So, and again, this is located at 1101 Alabama Street, which I believe this is a Citgo at the intersection of Columbia, Rumbelow, and Alabama Street.
Okay.
And the applicant is Mr. Damanjeet Singh.
Now, is it correct that they only have 8 parking spaces in the parking lot at present?
Believe that's correct based on what I saw, Brett, but
I mean, I don't know that we've made this official or not, but at one time we talked about having a minimum number of parking spaces, and if I remember correctly, it was a lot more than 8. Okay. If you were going to have a food truck in the parking area. Yeah, I know 302's got plenty of parking, but I haven't really evaluated this location to see if
if that is something that you definitely want, we probably need to look at making sure that's a requirement or a restriction moving forward that we put in the ordinance.
Yeah, I think maybe I make a motion that we table this for this month and discuss this at our next work session.
Okay, I have a motion to table this item. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second to the motion. Is there any discussion or questions?
Just a lot of times you vote on these in the work session, so I don't know what our attorney thinks about how that motion was made, but you may want to leave yourself the option to vote on it in the work session. Not saying that you want to, but you might want to.
Okay.
Okay. I make a motion that we continue it until our next work session.
Okay. I think we already had a motion and a second, so we got to make a motion to withdraw or amend your motion.
I'd like to make a motion that I amend the previous motion and make this new motion to table this until our next work session. Continue it until our next work session.
Okay. All right. So do I have a second? Have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. And that'll be on May 13th, so it's not that far away. Okay, Mr. Triplett, the ratification of tax collection contract with Carroll County.
Thank you, Mayor. You have in your agenda package proposed contract to continue our tax collection services with the Carroll County Tax Commissioner. We started this agreement with them, I believe, in 1993, and throughout the years we have enjoyed a very productive relationship with the county. They have done a great job for us. This agreement was started as part of a government efficiency initiative, consolidating services between the city and the county to save taxpayer money. As you see, it's spelled out in the agreement that it's $9 per parcel. That fee includes computation of the tax digest, the billing of the tax bills, the printing, the mailing, and also the collection services to include FIFAs when that is required, tax sales when that is required. And as I said, it provides us a lot of service that it saves us a lot of money that we don't have to fund in-house equipment, personnel costs to provide this service. If you choose to continue this contract will be effective through December 31st, 2024. Any questions, be glad to answer.
Just so you know, Lehman Stevens ran the numbers on what this costs, so we know it's right. They raised when they raised it, Jim, what had it been 6 for like 30 years? They raised it to 9.
Many years. And when they requested an increase, it was long overdue. They it was a fair price.
And trust me, we are getting a bargain.
Yes, ma'am.
Been there, done that.
Yes, ma'am.
We do not want to do it ourselves.
No, we do not.
You know.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept this contract with the county for the collection?
I so move the motion.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Any questions or discussions? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Hearing none. Motion carries.
Thank you all.
Okay, our next item is board appointment, Board of Development Appeals.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. You should have a memo in your packet this evening from staff from our Community Development Director, Erica Studdard. Please be advised that Emily Cole's term on the Board of Development Appeals expires April 1st, 2021. Emily has served as chairperson for this board and has been an invaluable asset with her leadership, knowledge, and commitment. She has expressed an interest in serving an additional term should it be the desire of Mayor and Council. If reappointed, her term will continue through April 1st of 2024. I will tell you, I've had the pleasure of sitting in on Ms. Cole's meetings in my short time here. She runs a really great meeting. She's very knowledgeable of our code and runs a very respectful meeting, and citizens have an opportunity to be heard. So this is staff recommendation for you all this evening if you have any questions.
All right. We have the recommendation of the Community Development Director. Ms. Cole has served in this position and wishes to continue to serve. So is there a motion to reappoint her? I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any question or discussion? Hearing none, motion carries. Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion carries. So we'll have Ms. Cole until April 1st, 2024. The next item we have on the agenda is the appointment of the City-County Hospital Authority. We have a list of nominees. This is a collective list that Commissioner Chair Morgan and I worked on. And what it is there's actually 11 seats on the board, and we have recommended 3 people for each position, and that includes the person that's presently serving. And this will be turned over to Mr. Warren, who's the chairman of this board, and then they'll make the final approval. But I just need your motion to approve this as our nominees for the positions.
I so move.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor, or is any further discussion or any further nominations? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion carries, and we'll submit these. Thank you for your assistance in getting this done. It's been a little bit of a challenge to get it done, but we tried to get the whole county represented with people from Bowden and Villarica and Temple and Rooteville and Carrollton, so it's a little bit of a challenge. All right, we'll go back up to our mayor and council announcements and comments. We'll start with Ms. Bridges.
My comment is for Ward 1. I've been having a lot of complaints about the speeding in the community and everybody concerned about accidents. And we're working on looking into some ideas to try to slow some of that traffic down. Because if we don't, somebody's going to get killed over there because they are speeding really, really fast. A lot of the community is talking about speed bumps. I'm not sure if that's the answer because there's speed bumps on Robert Hendricks, and I've witnessed it over and over and over again. They act like the speed bumps are not even there. So I'm not sure if that's the answer, but I wanted the community to know that I am aware of it, and we have to work together on this issue. And if they see anybody speeding, they need to get the color of the car or the make or something and just report it to the right authorities, which would be the PD of the city of Carrollton. And I'm praying that we work together on this issue because it is very bad and it's very sad. And I also wanted to make another comment about the Holloway family. We're keeping him in our prayers and hoping that he have a speedy recovery and that if he need anything, then we're here. Thank you.
Councilman Bridges, do you have a big event this weekend?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I do.
I thought so.
See, I was thinking about that speed and I forgot about that. But this Saturday, May the 8th at Grisham Stadium from 12 to 3, we're doing a Unity in the Community extravaganza, and we are looking forward to seeing everyone come out and show the unity and the diversity in our community that we can do this community. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you, and I'm so excited about that. Thank you.
I'm so glad the newspaper and our local radio station is here tonight to catch up on that and learn about the unity and community. This is an important event. I've got about 5 things on my list, but I'll just take up time with 2 of them. One, I'm very glad to see our eminent city attorney with us tonight, who is recovering from a brief illness that he wishes was a little briefer. We are glad you're able to make it. We appreciate your wisdom. I'd also like to commend and thank April Saunders and her incredible team that put together Mayfest this year. We missed it, and it was just splendid. The Lord gave us a beautiful day and huge crowds. Do you have any idea at all how many people showed up? Well, I thought you did a great job. My wife was glad you didn't have the food trucks, or else I'd still be up there. But thank you very much.
Well, I'd like to also thank April for a great job. We were able to attend with our 4 grandchildren and our 2 children and their spouses, and it was a great time. Things like that are just so important to our community, and I'm sure that one of the topics that's going to be taken up at our next work session is probably going to be the 4th of July parade, and I'm hoping that we will find the wherewithal to have the parade this year, is my personal opinion, that I'll go ahead and express tonight. So anybody that objects to that can call me. But I also, there's always a lot of events going on around Carrollton, and some of them you hear about, some of them you don't. I was fortunate enough to attend the induction to this year and last year's nominations for the Hall of Fame at Carrollton High School yesterday. Excuse me. One of my best friends was inducted. It only took him 52 years to become inducted into the Hall of Fame. It was John Melvin Grooms. Dan, I'm sure you remember John Melvin really well. John grew up in Carrollton. He and his father owned a hardware store on Maple Street for several years. He left about 20 years ago to take over a Cotton States insurance practice in Calhoun, Georgia. So he and his entire family now live in Calhoun. But it was just great to be a part of an event like that. We have so much to be proud of here. And there were, I think, 9 inductees yesterday for the 2 different years, since they were unable to have it last year because of COVID. And it was just a great event, just another, star, and in my opinion, of Carrollton in general. There were people that got inducted. One of them was a lady, and I apologize, I meant to bring the program with me so I'd remember her name, but she was an Olympian and won a gold medal in 1952. And so that was really cool that she got recognized. She has since passed away, I think in 2017, but someone got up and spoke on her behalf. And this is the kind of thing that we have going on around Carrollton all the time that you may or may not hear about. And I just wanted to let you know what's going on in our community and how proud I am to be a member.
Jacqueline and I would just like to thank our city manager, Tim Grizzard, for finally getting around to paving Noonan Road. Thank you.
And that was expensive, though. I just don't know if it was worth it or not.
Oh, trust me, it was.
Hey, it's smooth as silk now. I'm telling you.
Well, I want to commend April for the work they did in getting ready for Mayfest. And almost every person I talked to on Saturday was so appreciative that we had Mayfest. They said it is so wonderful just to get out and be around people. And April and her staff always do a wonderful job. And of course, I worked at our mental health booth that was just down from the AMP. And it was so nice because all day there was there was some kind of entertainment there, and that was great. And there were lots of people out just, sitting down and watching and looking, and the vendors were great, and it was just awesome. And I'm sure we got some criticism for having it, but I think all in all, it was a good day, and it really does help to bring out our great citizens and get to be together. The other thing is I want to commend our police department and all their support services for the great job they've done in facing the tragedy that they did. And it was a hard week, it was a hard day, and they've come out on top, and it's just, it was so amazing to me that day, the outpouring of community support. By 10 o'clock that morning, we had people calling, wanting to bring food. What can they do to help? And it was just really overwhelming to see the community come together, as always. And Chief Richards has a new officer, and he came from South Carolina, and he said, we had a similar situation, but our community did not do what your community did. And he said, this is where I want to be, because I want to be part of a community like this. So I just appreciate everybody for supporting this group. And we have the best police force in the state. I've said it over and over again. I'll put them up against anybody. And, the support they had in just a matter of hours, to help these guys get through this really hard time. And I just really do appreciate it. They do so much that they don't get recognized for. I did get a letter from the Georgia Chiefs Association, and I'm sorry, I can't think of what it is, but it's some kind of certification, and I think there's only a few in the whole United States that has this certification, but guess who has it? Our police department. So and Tim says it a lot, they're years ahead, and we support them, and we support all of our departments, but as I told them the other day, they're the ones that most citizens encounter from time to time, and they're there to help them and do a great job. And I really do just appreciate the men and women that put their lives on the line every day to protect our city. That is all I have. Mr. Grizzard, do you have any comments?
Yes, I do. I'd just like to echo the compliments about Mayfest, and a lot of positive feedback on Facebook. And then the noise you heard is our policemen training with tasers, so that was a taser going off. And they didn't realize we had a council meeting going on. And I just peeked around the door to tell them because I was afraid they'd shoot me with one. So, and then I talked to Joel right before the meeting started, and he said Rob Holloway's just doing great. He's really doing quite well considering what he's been through, and he has a great attitude, and we're so thankful for that. So, thank you.
And the other thing I would like to recognize, and Joel's writing a letter to the Atlanta Police Department Chief, and I'm writing a letter to Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. The City of Atlanta Police Department has gone over and beyond what was required to help them. I'm sorry. The Atlanta Police Department has gone over and beyond to help our policemen when they needed to get in there, and they got Rob's wife in there. They've taken her back and forth to the hotel. Anything she needed, they were there for her. They have just been awesome. And last week, when they moved Rob from the hospital over to Shepherd's, they shut down the interstate, gave him an escort with our officers and their officers. And so I just want to commend them for the outstanding job, and we will definitely make sure they understand how much we appreciate what they've done for our officers while they were there. Okay, do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. All right. Now, for those of you who may not know what executive session is, we will go into a meeting that is not open to the public to discuss personnel matters. We will come back out after the executive session and go back into our general session to close out the meeting. So I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign.